Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this INIU 65W PowerCube Duo USB-C charger. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. We have a support card. Here we have the welcome guide. Let's take a quick look at it. This lists the specs. You can pause and read through it, but I'll cover a couple things. So this has two USB Type-C ports, C1 and C2. So when used by themselves, C1 and C2 have the same output characteristics. So you can have 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 3 amps, 12 volts at 3 amps, 15 volts at 3 amps, 20 volts at 3.25 amps for a total of 65 watts max. Now if you use the two together, USB C1 maxes out at 45 watts and USB C2 maxes out at 20 watts. So this supports different fast charge protocols, including quick charge and power delivery. So this talks about using it and it talks about warranty. So here's the power adapter itself. Let's get this out. Okay, so the prongs flip out. So if you have this in a storage bag, it's not going to poke into things or snag things. We have the two ports here. So it shows the top one has a circle around it with a computer. So if you're charging two things like a computer and a phone, you'd want to plug the computer into the top one and your phone into the second one, which would give the greater charge to the computer. And if we look on the back here, it does show the same output that it showed in the manual. It is kind of hard to see though because it's small. On the side it says 65 watt fast charge. So let's plug this in and let's test it out. So I don't have anything plugged into this, and on my power meter we're showing 0 watts. Now it might be drawing some amount of power, but it's too small to measure with this meter, so it doesn't have a really high phantom draw. So to test this, I'll plug it into my MacBook here, and I'm going to be using a MagSafe to USB Type-C cable. So I'll plug that into the laptop, and I'll plug that into C1. It said 10 watts, it said 20, now it says 30, so that will take a minute to ramp up. And my laptop here shows that it's charging the battery. So if I look down here at the power meter, it says it's drawing 76 watts. That's probably likely because there are losses in the power adapter to get the 65 watt charge. So next I have this iPhone, and to have a USB Type-C to Lightning cable. So I'll plug this into the INIU power adapter, and I'll plug the other end into this iPhone. Okay, so now we have the iPhone charging and the laptop is charging. So the charge on the power meter has dropped down to around 55 watts. So if you want the max charging on your laptop, you'll just charge one device at a time. Now, if you have a situation where you have multiple things plugged in and you unplug one, it can be helpful sometimes to unplug this and plug it back in so it can reset itself. So that's the INIU 65W PowerCube Duo USB-C charger. I really like the small size of this. This would be great for travel. Since it supports quick charge and PD and other protocols, this is great for charging things like laptops and phones and tablets. So you could use this to charge a MacBook, Chromebook, you could charge a Nintendo Switch with it, Surface, and then you can also use it to charge iPhones, Android phones. You just need to make sure you have a USB Type-C cable, specifically with the Apple phones. Most Android phones would come with those now. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.